So tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw was, despite, the little happy, good feeling ending to it, I kind of had a problem with that. More so because of the fact that this is the go-home show, before one of the top four biggest pay-per-views WWE has every year in SummerSlam. And, they're celebrating Hulk Hogan's birthday, brother. And he's 61, dude. And, I understand Hulk Hogan, one of the greatest, some may say the greatest, wrestler, superstar, whatever you want to say of all time. You can easily make an argument for that without a problem. But you had to do this. And you couldn't just say, oh, you had like a little segment about it, maybe like in the middle of the show or something. But no, brother. Even when I'm 61 years old, dude, forget Lesnar versus John Cena, brother. Even though we plugged it in there for about 12 a minute, dude. It's all about me, brother. Like, yeesh. But anyways, we kicked off Monday Night Raw with Brock Lesnar. And they were just simply talking about, it was like a little 5-minute promo inside the ring talking about Lesnar's match at SummerSlam against John Cena. And speaking of John Cena, I thought it was kind of interesting. It was kind of a cute way, I guess you could say. Brock Lesnar, I guess, has a quote-unquote new shirt. Instead of Eat, Sleep, Conquer the Streak. Eat, Sleep, Conquer, and then, it looked like there was, a tape over it. And it says, so, that was kind of corny, cute, cheesy in a way altogether, if that makes any sense. But, anyways. So you kicked off, but the first match of the night was Reigns in a handicap match against the right back, so big guy. Overall, it was okay. Just obviously the build up between Reigns and Orton at SummerSlam after the match. Yeah, apparently, how does this make any sense to me, guys? How does a match end in disqualification when you throw someone in the ring post? Since when is that a disqualification? Bueller? Anyone? But anyways. So, obviously, after the match, you have the build-up, obviously. And the match should be good. SummerSlam. But, that's all I gotta say about it. But, so yeah, you have, Kane, Kane going back to corporate Kane? I don't know what the hell's going on with this whole thing. Obviously, he lost the mask and everything, but I guess it's corporate Kane again. So, I'm going to go out of order with these guys, like I sometimes do with Raw, occasionally. You have Seth McMahon come out in the night, because obviously later on in the night. She comes out to reveal a secret. Confession, actually, more like they said a confession. No, confession of the Queen is and she comes out there and she says that apparently during Daniel Bryan's rehab, after his surgery, he had an affair with this woman. And she comes out there and it was just... I said this on Twitter. As I usually do, I say things on Twitter, I kind of say it on YouTube, because that's, where my fan base is from Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, yeah. As I said on there, WWE kind of somewhat killed the vibe for me for this match. And it's sad, too, because they spent the last month or so building up pretty well. You got Stephanie getting arrested, you had, Brie getting in there, you got last week, Stephanie, using God's Mufa to pedigree on the B+ diva. That was all good and dandy, and they've done a pretty good job of it. But this just felt like, it kind of reminded me of the whole, was it Jenny Lynch? What were they called? I forget, with AJ Styles. Remember the TNA storyline, horrible storyline? First they said that AJ was having an affair with Dixie, and they're like, no, we were trying to help some druggie, and the druggie comes out, and she's like, oh no, they just helped me rehab. AJ had an affair with me. We're having a baby. It wasn't that dramatic and that stupid. But it was like it kind of reminded me of that just a tad bit, and it just turned me off. It just felt uncomfortable to watch because Daniel Bryan, again, I know it's reality TV is fake, LOL, I know. But Daniel Bryan strikes out to be this guy that's like he's such a cool guy. Like he doesn't seem like a guy that would cheat. I mean, Brie Bella, whether you like her or not, at least to me and the vast majority of a lot of people, Brie Bella's an attractive looking woman. You know, so it's like, why would you cheat on her? You know, she seems very down to earth. At least she's not like Nikki, who can come off as a bitch. You know, Big Titty Bella herself. But Hippie Bella, on the other hand, at least she seems pretty down to earth. No pun intended, because obviously she's a hippie. But she's laid back and she seems rather nice, easy to talk to. So it just made no sense. And then you have Brie come out there and she slapped the woman that he apparently Brian had an affair with. And you know, later on in the night, Bree got arrested for assault, in that the woman is filing charges, kind of like several weeks ago when Bree had Stephanie arrested and she's gonna file charges against her. And it was just like, again, this was just to make like my interest before tonight for their match was like up to here. Now it's down to there. And I know the match is not going to be great. It's going to be, as the PWR show loves to say, shenanigans galore. Because that's what's going to happen. You have God in there. You might even have Daniel Bryan in there. You're probably going to have Nikki in there, who, Big Titty Bella might turn heel now. We'll have to see for that. She'll make a good bitch if you're seeing on Total Divas. But, it's just... If they didn't have this angle where Stephanie got arrested a few weeks ago, I'd be fine with this. I would. But the fact that you did it not that long ago, where someone else in this feud got arrested recently, it's like, what the hell? And I get it. Before anyone comments down below and says, "Whoa, that's the whole point. Stephanie's getting revenge." I understand that. But you could have still put more heat on, Stephanie, the Queen of Queenstown, without doing the whole affair thing and her getting arrested. You could have made fun of Daniel for still being in the hospital, the fact that he's not going to be able to wrestle for a few more months, to say the least, and he might need another surgery because of it. You could say, at least I don't have to shove my love to people on Total Divas. Like, she could have, said something along those lines and still would have the amount of heat, and I would be still interested in this feud. Now, it's kind of, I'm like lukewarm with this feud. I don't know what to feel anymore. Now it's like, okay, it's good build-up. They're doing good. Yeah. But the way they just pulled this off tonight was just kind of, it just felt awkward. But anyways, so we move on to Rob Van Dam versus the long-lost X-Men himself, Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, aka Kobe Lopez, aka Teleport. So then you have these two in the ring, and okay match. I believe we had a match like this, I believe it was like a month or so ago, and it was okay. This one felt a little bit better. Seth wins the match, yeah. And then when Seth gets to the stage, out comes the psychotic Joker's long-lost son himself, Dean Hobo Ambrose. Like, that's what I'm going to nickname for Dean Hobo Ambrose. He looks like a freaking hobo. I know he's wearing just a casual jeans, ripped up jeans, and freaking a white t-shirt. But the guy looks greasier than a freaking double cheeseburger at McDonald's. Okay? Like, the man looks like a hobo. I know he has a leather jacket, and a leather jacket helps him make him look a little less like a hobo, but he still looks like a hobo to me. I'm sorry, but it's true. So, he goes and attacks Seth Rollins, and again with this feud, kind of like I just mentioned about Brie and Stephanie. Not saying it feels awkward, but I'm saying that they kind of lost me somewhat interested in this feud, and here's the reason why. Most of you guys know the match at SummerSlam is a lumberjack match. Why in blue blazes in hell? Why in the blue hell is it a lumberjack match? To me, a lumberjack match is when you have two guys who are probably be boring as hell in the ring, or sometimes girls, because they love doing it for the divas, the lumberjacks, remember those back in the day? When you have two competitors who are probably going to be boring as hell in the ring, you just add a little spice to it, meaning adding a lumberjacks in there and be like, okay, well, this match may be a little bit unpredictable. Here it's like you got two guys who are probably one of the better young working guys in your company today as of right now, in Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. You put them in a freaking random lumberjack match. None of these guys are running away. The only reason why Seth Rollins is running away at freaking Payback was because he's like, oh crap, my former guy who I felt like it was my former buddy of mine who was like a brother to me just popped out of my trunk. I gotta get the hell out of here. So it was just like you could have had these guys in a street fight. That would have been appropriate. A ladder match, maybe for the Money in the Bank briefcase. You could have had these guys in just a regular one-on-one match. I mean, you could have had any of that, but you chose a lumberjack match. What in the hell is wrong with you, WWE? That's my little rant about that. So then you have, you have again, I'm going off order here, a little, one-on-one interview between Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho, baby. And the one-on-one interview was interesting to me just because it was one-on-one. Not so much of what they said, but because of the fact it was a one-on-one interview. It wasn't Jericho having his highlight reel. It wasn't Bray Wyatt talking on the Titantron like this. Things that we've seen. He wasn't singing. We got the whole world in our hands for the 18 billionth time this whole entire year alone. But, the fact that it was different between these two, it was like, alright, it was different, it's good, he did what he needed to do. I'm fine with that. Then you had Jack Swagger versus Cesaro, and Cesaro. He's going to be like freaking Sandow. He's going to have like 95 straight losses on Monday Night Raw, because I get it. Loving up Swagger, look at people facing freaking SummerSlam. But still, it's just huge. But it was a good match. It wasn't bad at all. Swagger wins. Anyway, I can't wait for that flag match. I told you guys last week, I forgot what the hell a flag match was, so I looked it up and I was like, that's a flag match? No wonder I took it out of my head because I didn't want to remember it. But, obviously it makes sense. So, you have the good old Miss April Brooks, Miss 12-year-old herself, AJ Lee, aka the Divas Champion, facing Eva Marie, and, this is where I have a problem with it. Not so much Eva Marie won, because I should laugh my ass off at Eva Marie won, just being a troll. You guys know me, I'm a troll sometimes when it comes to AJ Lee. It's just a troll. Obviously not supporting her, being the polar opposite. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've said it before, she's good in the ring. I just find her so overrated. But anywho, this is where I have a problem with WWE. Why in the last few weeks have we seen quite a few, to say the least, whenever someone's in a feud with someone else, that one of the people in the feud is in the ring having their match, the other one that's in the feud with them comes down, distracts them by their music, just whatever, the Titantron, whatever the hell's the case. How many freaking times we had to see this? We saw this last week with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins with the whole briefcase thing. We saw it with Fandango and Dolph Ziggler, I believe, about a month or so ago. I mean, The Miz, I think Ziggler even had one. Like, we're just seeing it too much, and it's like, WWE, are you that freaking lazy? Are you that freaking lazy? $9.99 a month. WWE Network. You're that freaking lazy. The fact that you have to, in order to have some heat in the feud, you have to distract someone with your freaking music. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, as you can tell, I really love this episode right now. Just me not saying all this. So then you have coming out looking like ketchup and mustard just went all over his shirt and everywhere else on his body. And the Big K Doll was like, baby, let me just cover you in ketchup and mustard because I feel like it. So he comes out there, right, and he calls up Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar does not show up. So he goes out and he talks about how, Cena said that Lesnar has an indirect view about this business, and then again they mentioned Kmart and kind of blew up WWE Network for about 2 seconds. And he talks about Cena says if this is Lesnar's house and a stranger sitting in his living room and that he's a stranger and it's just once you heard one Cena promo in the last several years, you probably have. Let's just be honest with this. Okay, so then you have Dolph Ziggler versus Heath Slater in a one-man band, baby. Man, that guy's won 4 matches in the last month. That's more than he's won in last several years with 3MB and by himself. Heath Slater push? Huh? I'm kidding. I know he won by count out, and obviously again, we gotta distract someone in order to win a match, aka Ziggler and Miz. I've already gone with that, so I'm not even going to go further. And then you have along with the Celtic Warrior fella, with the United States Championship fella, that should be freaking retired fella, because no one defends it anymore fella. Yeah, they have a match. It was match of the night, I'd say. Pretty good, entertaining match. We've seen obviously Orton and Sheamus before. It was the first time I've ever seen it. But overall, good match. Match of the night. Violently. Obviously, Orton's trying to build up his reigns. Sheamus is doing nothing. So, and then you have the part where obviously you plug Jermaine. By the way, where the hell was Bo Dallas? Believe, So, I can't believe that. So you had the main event. It wasn't even obviously a match. The main event segment. Obviously, it's Hulk Hogan's birthday, brother. We have to have me, Gene Okerlund. We have to have my good buddy, Jimmy Hart, brother. We gotta have the greatest rivalry I ever had in my career, brother, with Roddy Piper. We gotta bring that back. We gotta bring that band back, dude. The Outsiders, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, the NWO, dude. Because Hulkamania is running wild when we have Pat Patterson, me, Gene Okerlund, Paul Orndorff, all these great legends helping me out, brother. And I get it. Hogan's 61 years old now. Honestly, sometimes I think that Hogan's older. Because it kind of looks like it. But the Hulkster's 61, dude. And, I get it. And you had Ric Flair, and, you had a bunch of other legends. So it was a nice, feel-good moment. Obviously Hogan, but, Lesnar comes in, he tries to crash the party. And then goes out there and makes the save. Lesnar just leaves. And, I get it. I said it before, and I was telling Broken Record. I get it. It was supposed to be a feel-good moment. But to me, you don't do this 6 days before one of your biggest pay-per-views of the year. If they did this 6 days before, like, I don't know, Night of Champions, I probably want to be so hard on it and just be like, oh, well, whatever. But it's SummerSlam. Alright? To me, this is your second biggest pay-per-view of the year. Obviously, meaning your first SummerSlam in a toss-up between Survivor Series and the Rumble, But, and especially WWE with all their budget cuts and, getting rid of WWE Magazine and plugging the network every 5 seconds, like, that ain't none a month, guys. It's just, WWE. Anyways, and I'm not knocking down the Hulk Hogan because he is the Babe Ruth, he's the Michael Jordan, he is the of football. You can go anywhere with this. The Joe Montana, the Jerry Rice, the Emmitt Smith, the all the greats in professional sports. They all have the greats, or a few guys you can name as the greats. Hogan obviously at the top of the pedestal, the greatest of all time. But still, 6 days before one of your biggest pay-per-views, it just bothers me. Like, I know I'm being nitpicky and everything, I apologize. But it's just me. But anyways, that's it for me. I apologize for this being a long video. I'm out of here. Hope something's good, brother, because you know what, Jack. W Network's doing $9.99, dude. I'm going to bed. Peace.